in progress.
I want to talk a little bit about our last podcast.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to start it off, is to be like, I'm sorry.
I guess it wasn't as bad as what a lot of people would think, but I don't drink much, so...
I don't drink a lot either.
The strong zeros, dude.
If you had to rate them, what would you give them? Like a 1 out of 10?
Dude, honestly, I'll give them like an 8.
Really?
Yeah. Afterwards, bro, I'm telling you, after you left, like, it wasn't recorded, but I freaking threw up in this trash can, man. And after y'all left, dude, I just had like this huge headache, and I'm like, I'm never drinking again. I'm like, I feel like the cliche now where everybody's like, I'm never drinking again. Then they drink the next night, bro.
That's exactly how I am with that kind of stuff. Is I'll drink, and I'll get like, I never get a hangover though. I don't think I've ever had a hangover. I
get, because you always drink like at least from when you drank the podcast, you didn't really like chug it or anything. You're just
I drink
casual,
slow.
Yeah.
If I had to rate the strong zero, I give it like a 6.
A 6?
Because I've had...
Is it because of the taste? Like the flavor?
I think it's a preference. I think it's like a preference thing. I think it's too much like a seltzer.
Oh, yeah. I remember you saying that.
And I don't like seltzer drinks.
It didn't really taste like a seltzer to me. I don't know.
It may just be the flavoring. I liked it. I will say this. I like it a lot better than... Because I don't drink a lot. My favorite alcoholic drinks are like everybody's least favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love Fireball whiskey, and nobody likes that.
You know what? I've never tried that. I don't know why, but I'm always been more interested in foreign drinks than actual, American drinks. Maybe because I just grew up.
Sources. And you make a note, next podcast, Fireball whiskey and tequila.
I don't know if it's actually going to be next podcast, but we might get some more drinks, even though I literally said we're not doing this again.
No more drinking except until next
podcast. Yeah. But this is it's going to be a different guy. It's not Strong Zero, but we'll see how that goes. I think Strong Zero will probably be the more heavy, I guess.
Yeah.
But that was 9%. Dude, honestly, I wish I drank more of that Twisted Tea. I just could not drink anything anymore.
I couldn't. I drank.
But it was good.
I drank about half of that, which was it was like 2 of them put together.
Yeah.
I drank about half of it, and I had just felt so bad I couldn't drink more. But I don't know what it was, but that Strong Zero didn't make me feel good. And
yeah,
other drinks, I actually haven't found. I think Fireball whiskey is the only drink I can drink a lot of and feel good.
See, that's how it was with the Strong Zero at first, but
Yeah.
then I think once it starts hitting you, it's just bad. But
that's how I actually in college. That's how we almost got arrested my first week of college with Fireball whiskey.
You got arrested?
Almost. And I think I told you the story.
That's what I say. I feel like you said something about this before.
We were at college, and I had, how you make friends with your roommates and stuff. My roommate never arrived until like the second month.
Dang.
Yeah, so he kind of came back and forth.
He got a late call on that.
But with my neighbors, which was 4 neighbors that I had, I made friends with them. And it was 2 guys with the door to my left and 1 guy to my right. And the bigger guy was like, man, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. I was like, okay. I don't know these guys exactly. I mean, we've only known each other for like a week. Well, then his name was Russell. Russell pulled out some Fireball whiskey. I never had it before. And he had like 3 or 4 big things of them. He drank one by himself.
Jeez.
And then I just was like, how do I compete? What do I do?
Yeah, I got to drink 2.
I got to drink a lot. So I drank, I tried to drink 1 by myself, and I didn't exactly make it because I got drunk. And I can remember him saying, I want Domino's. And down past the college is a Domino's in the middle of town. So he drove, drunk. And I was in the middle, because this was one of those.
Bro, that's not wise. You just I'll just let a drunk drive.
I just wanted some Domino's, man. But he was paying too, so. It had just a whole front seat where 3 people sat. So I was in the middle because I was the smallest, which is already awkward.
You just like surrounded by 2 like big guys.
I'm just sitting like this in the truck,
right.
And they're like squishing me because Russell's a big guy, and the other guy, he wasn't big, but he was just tall. From what I heard, the police are pretty big jackasses there. So immediately we get pulled over for speeding,
and they just see you in the middle.
I'm in the middle, and we were going about.
And he's drunk. Oh, frick.
He's drunk. We were going 25 miles over.
Bro, none of this sounds good.
25 miles over and 25 miles going over the speed limit. And I can remember he flashed the light directly in my face, and I was like, shit. I didn't even like blink or nothing. I'm just like, And I was scared. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, Russell, I'm going to jail. I can't go to jail. He's like, it's all right.
My mother would kill me.
I was like, it's all right. I was like, my mom. I was like, dude, my mom is gonna fucking fuck me up. I almost said rape me, but that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Nah, don't do it. We're not in Alabama. But anyway, so he tells Russell, you know how fast you're going? And Russell's like, yeah. And I don't believe it. Russell is sober.
He sobered up real quick.
He's sobered up, but he's not afraid at all. And I was just like, what the heck? And I'm just sitting here like, what's going on? I'm still drunk. I can't stop being drunk like that. The other guy's just sitting staring at the window, and he's like, just trying not to look at the cop because he's drunk as hell. So Russell is just talking normally, and I'm like, whoa.
Like, how do you do that? You just had a freaking whole jar of Fireball.
So the guy's like, I'll just give you a ticket for going like a little over. He goes, I'm not going to give you them all of it, but...
So he still had
he got a ticket. Never. Then he asked, have y'all been drinking? And Russell goes, no. He looks at me, have you been drinking? I said, yeah, that's why he's driving. And then he's like, okay, well, y'all guys have a good night. Sorry to give you a ticket, but... And he got in his car and drove off, and Russell looks at me and he goes, ugh, all over the truck.
Oh, dude,
and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, feel good. So then, guess who has to drive? Me.
And how much you drink?
I drank, if you had the whole bottle, which is about this tall, I drank until it got to about there.
Okay, about like 4 inches?
Yeah, about 4 inches. Yeah, about 4 inches, yeah. I know exactly how.
Yeah, you know exactly.
But I drank that much, and I drove. We ended up getting Domino's and getting back.
I bet it's the best Domino's you ever had.
Bro, I have to say this. I ate Domino's almost every day after that, and then it stopped tasting good.
Yeah.
And then I drank more whiskey, and then it started tasting good again. So then I realized Domino's just isn't good. Domino's fucking sucks.
You just drink anything, and whatever's bad will end up being good.
Yeah. So Pizza Hut's where it's at.
Dude, I can't eat Pizza Hut, man.
I don't know what I like anymore. I think my favorite is Hunt's Brothers Pizza in the gas stations.
Yes, 100%, dude.
I would
I would drive to a gas station just to get Hunt Brothers.
Same.
I would just like a freaking whole pizza.
I like the one covered in just meat. The meat lovers. And you get extra cheese on it.
Have you tried the breakfast pizza?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
It's really good. We got on pizza quick.
Dude,
everybody can agree pizza, except for you people who don't like pizza. That's why nobody likes you.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. I'm the stereotypical like American guy though, because people from other countries, if they ask me like, what's my favorite food, crap like that, I'm always just like the most American guy that says like, oh yeah, I'm a white guy, I like this kind of music, pizza's my favorite food, just all this stuff, like, and it's bad too because like I'm really fitting the stereotypical American, and I don't mean to, but I mean it is what it is.
Man, I can't say nothing. I think my favorite food overall is a hamburger. I like cheeseburgers. I love them.
Throw some pickles on there. I know you don't like pickles, do you?
I like eat this is weird. I don't like pickles on it, but I love to eat them like on the side.
On the side.
What?
I was repeating what you said. Yeah.
Did you say salad? We don't.
Right in front of my salad.
Right in front of my salad.
No, I said on the side.
On the side. Oh, speaking of right in front of my salad.
Wait. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, speaking right in front of my salad. There's been a lot of gay stuff going on lately.
Yeah, like the I guess like the freaking the Bad Trip movie, dude. I'm not a big fan of. Well, I've never been a big fan of Eric Andre. At least I never really watched his stuff. Yeah. But I've seen clips and it was really funny. Oh, I guess I wouldn't say I wasn't a fan. I just never watched his stuff. But I just saw this on Twitter the other day, and I'm like, I'm bored. Something new to watch. Yeah. Netflix is a new film, and it's not my kind of comedy, but I'm sorry, but you cannot help but laugh in this film.
It's stuff that's just out of the blue, and it's honestly a work of art in a way.
It is, dude. That's what I think my main thing was. I mean, the only what I laughed about was obviously because of the random people, but basically for the people that haven't seen it, go watch it. I wouldn't recommend watching around your parents or anything
Probably not.
like that. Yeah,
it's pretty rough.
But
especially seeing when he gets raped by a gorilla.
This is indeed a fact. Oh my god, I was just remembering, like at the aftermath, he goes back inside.
I forgot my phone, and he's like, ah! He just gets raped all over again. Oh my gosh,
dude, that is so bad. But what I loved about it was they had basically these two guys had a script written into the show, and it was mostly improv, and they have like a little script they go by, and then something happens, and the people that random citizens, they'll see what happens and they'll act on it. And what I loved is they were so good at improvising. Like the actors, they just went along with it, and it felt like, obvious to the people, it felt real. Like when not to spoil anything, but like that one scene where the girl just she's over here saying she's gonna kill him and all, and all the customers, the citizens, they're just like, they were legit getting in on it. And what was it? The old lady, when the girl came back in, she's like, "Oh, there they are, girl. Go get him, sister."
Yeah, she even said that she worked like as an officer, like something that does with like corrections like that. And immediately she's like,
security.
She gonna kill you. I'm gonna rat you out. You're working in security, and then you're sitting there literally telling,
I got them eyes. I don't forget a face.
Gosh,
the guy that was right in front of her, she was. But dude, no, the guy in front of her, he was saying like you talk too much.
There was a lot of calm down.
There was a lot of snitches. But that's what I just loved about the whole film overall, where it was just like this random shenanigans, and then that's one reason why I would respect Eric Andre in that aspect. He does a lot of crap that I would not do. It's very like
not gruesome, but it's just I don't know how to explain.
Like when I watch it, I'm just like, like cringing, but yet you can't look away at. So it's like maybe that's what he goes for.
But it's honestly a good movie. I kind of want to watch it again.
Maybe, I would too. I'm trying to think of like some more moments in the show that just had me dying. But did you watch like the end, like where they had the bloopers?
Yeah, I love the bloopers.
Yeah, me too. I that's literally the first time I ever saw Eric Andre talk like a regular human being.
Yeah, and he is a normal human being. Have you seen his? I don't know if it's his wife yet, but have you seen his wife or girlfriend? She's a famous actress.
What's her name?
I cannot remember. Sources, can you look that up? She plays on a lot of different movies that I have watched, and I cannot remember her name to save my life. But when you see her face, you're gonna be like, oh, unless you haven't seen movies with her in it. But
yeah,
it's honestly a work of art. But if you watch really close, it's the same storyline as Dumb and Dumber. He meets a girl, falls in love, travels across the country to go get her, gets there, gets his heart broken. Wow. Finds out that his best friend was actually his soulmate all along.
Dude, I loved it how some of the shots were, because I was like, okay, how did they film this? Like, especially when they crashed the car, okay, and they got out of the car, and then you had all the people watching. So
how did they do that?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, when they crashed, were you hidden behind this car and then immediately got in the car and then pretend like you were getting out?
I don't even understand it.
I don't, but I think remember that one guy, he like tried to save him. He was like trying to break him up, and they're over here trying they're fighting, but obviously they're acting. Yeah. And the guy's like, "No, man, it's like you need to calm down."
That one guy right there. Honestly, that guy was like the best human being ever. He's like, calm down. Let's not worry about that right now. The car, and then he's like, the car's stolen. He's like, don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Oh, what was the other one? Oh, the guy that was cleaning the wall when the girls escaped from a prison she got from under the bus.
Bro, he had balls of steel.
He's like, hey, don't get out of here. Get out of here. Don't you didn't hear from me. Like he was trying not to snitch. And then the cop came up. He's like, go that way.
You straight up. Do you know her?
Oh, that's Rosie O'Dawson. She's on Daredevil and a lot of other stuff. Yeah.
That's his girlfriend. Or his wife, I think.
Bro, how?
I know.
He's staying out of his he's staying out of his league, man.
Way out of his league. She's so beautiful.
Message to you guys out there. If you're freaking ugly, don't worry about it.
You have a chance.
You got a personality. But if you don't have that and you're freaking ugly, you better have some money.
I don't have money.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
Money.
Yeah. So, well, speaking of money, what you been spending it on lately?
So the stimulus hit.
Yeah.
I spent it and a little more.
Mm-hmm. Do tell.
And I bought a really old vehicle, and I kind of just blew all my money.
Describe this vehicle.
It's a 1993 Geo Tracker. They don't make them no more.
Bro, yo, check out it's on screen right now. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah.
Now look at this one with logo with the car.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's so sick. It needs a lot of work, but I like to work on things, and or if it don't work, I'll just wreck it and pretend like I never saw it, or I'll sell it, and who cares?
I mean, honestly, it was fun riding it earlier because I mean. When you try to hit the stick shift and you don't even know people are coming, and you're just like...
I just zoom out.
Bro, that moment where the car was coming and you try to hit the stick shift, and it just like no, it was before that when
It stalled out.
yeah, and you hit the horn too.
Yeah.
Dude, that horn.
It sounds so gay.
It's like a beep beep.
I plan on decking it out with a whole bunch of just crap. Like I plan on putting like anime stickers on it, like hentai stickers. I plan on putting a big ball sack on it.
Bro, if you, depending on what city you go to, you're going to have like Karens to be like, oh my gosh, there's kids around here that you shouldn't have this on the car.
Then they shouldn't be looking at my car.
That's what you should always have stickers on hand. So if that happens, you're like, oh, my bad. And throw another hentai sticker on there. And
legit.
something.
The more you complain, the more gruesome it gets.
Yeah.
But I want to get a big ass ball sack and put it on it to where it just hangs. So whenever you're driving, it just hangs.
You know what you need to do now? Is you also need to put like a what are they, I don't know what they call them, but in those cars where they just like bounce up and down.
Oh, like the hydraulics.
Yeah.
Is that like what it is when they jump up and stuff?
Yeah. That's what you should do on that one.
Oh my god.
And he just got the balls like just like flying around. I don't know. Is that like compensating for something? You just throwing?
No, it's kind of like funny, but I will say this, that when you're looking up this kind of stuff, you gotta be careful. Because because I was planning on getting a big penis and putting it on. Can I say penis?
Sure.
But I was going to get a big one and put it on there, and then just don't type in big penis. Just don't do that.
No. Bro, that's like Googling 101.
I was like, man, Pornhub sells that? Wow. I was like, wait, I just typed in big penis. I didn't type in decal for car or something. And then when you type in ball sack, make sure you type in the whole why you want it, not like just ball sack, because
or you immediately just like put on Google Images or something.
I was just like listening, and then I would press it and look at my searches, and it would just be like Pornhub.
Oh, you should like Google like the best man ever and put Google Images and it'd be a picture of me.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So hey, rogue source.
So no, don't actually look that up. But
I was probably not in this country.
Yeah, of course. You got to put on like a VPN and find a certain country. I can't really recall what country it is, but dude, have you ever heard of DuckDuckGo?
No, I have not heard it. What is that?
It's like a search engine like Google and Bing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people apparently have been using it. It's a weird name, but I guess like Duck Duck Goose, that game we used to play when we were kids.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at it, and of course, I think I get all my information from TikTok. But this one was saying Google. Obviously, Google has become a thing now where if people would say, instead of like, look up the yellow book in the dictionary, just Google it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't say Bing it. You don't say DuckDuckGo it.
So with this one, would you be like, just duck it?
Duck it, man.
Just duck it.
Just duck it. But why I was thinking about using it is because somebody, I mean, this is just from one TikTok, so who knows if it's true, but they said they went on Google, typed in this certain sentence, and then I typed in DuckDuckGo, and it was showing that Google was censoring, and they were only showing you what they want you to see.
Really?
I mean, because people don't really go to like the third, the page. Yeah. Like everything, if it's not on the first page on Google, it doesn't exist.
Honestly, I sometimes forget that there's other pages.
Yeah, I'm like, if I don't see it, I'm like, all right, let me type something else in.
Yeah, exactly.
But DuckDuckGo, from what they were saying, it was showing what they were wanting to look up. And whether it's like political or, I think one thing was about Bill Gates, about something. Yeah. But I don't know how this world's going to be in 20 years. But let's just say good luck to everybody, I guess. Yeah. And especially to DuckDuckGo. Hopefully you get out there. Yeah. I used a little bit I mean, it searches well. I don't know what else to say about that.
It's just a good search engine, I guess.
It's better than Bing. No offense to Bing. If you want to sponsor us, Bing is amazing. Bing is amazing.
Bing is amazing if you're a sponsor. I don't think I've ever used Bing in my whole entire life.
I've only used it for its translator, just to see how the translator would be different from Google.
I did use it because whenever I was in high school, you couldn't use Google. So you type in Bing. And let me tell you, the searches aren't the same.
They're really not, dude.
They're not.
That's why like DuckDuckGo so far has been like, okay. And I'm not sponsored. I'm just saying.
But if you want to sponsor, we're ready. Very ready. I'll even start using it myself.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we get 80, 100 views a podcast. That can be good for you guys, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's all. It's a plus. Free. If you pay us, it's not really free, but
yeah. But I mean, hey, it could be free real estate.
Free real estate.
Well, I want to go back on the bad trip film because when you got to think about it, it really was a bad trip to how it started.
Yeah.
I mean, getting raped by a.
I will say I didn't know. I thought bad trip was about drugs. Like I had a bad trip.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Didn't expect an actual trip, to New York.
I didn't expect the actual movie. And then when I played it, the first few minutes, I was like, this is an actual movie. And then I saw Eric, and I saw how the camera angles were, and I was like, this isn't a movie.
They almost got like stabbed. Well, oh my gosh! I just remembered. Oh, dude, when they got the Chinese,
the Chinese put it on each other's penis. He's like, just pull. Dude,
I know it had to be fake, but when I saw that, I'm like, oh god,
it looked like it had to hurt.
Like I don't know if it's just like being a guy or it might just be for everybody, but I feel like any guy that watched that had to been like, just had to be like, oh god,
And Eric's so ready just to get naked all the time. He just straight up is just like,
that's what I was thinking of. Like, okay, what if this happens to you in real life? Like, you're just trying to help this guy out, and then all of a sudden his clothes all just like,
what do you do?
What do you do?
I'd walk away probably, or I'd probably just sit there and be like,
I feel like that would be so freaking awkward.
Yeah, it would.
Have you ever had a bad trip? Not like drugs, but like.
I don't exactly know like one off the top of my head besides getting kicked out of Walmart.
How'd you get kicked out of Walmart?
I was naked.
Did you streak through Walmart?
Yeah, I think I told you about this, haven't I?
I knew a guy that did.
I did it.
It was you?
Yeah, I did it. I did it once. I did it twice overall.
You were in college, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in college.
College, man.
College. But I did it twice. I've done it twice my whole life. The first time I did it was for
Did you do it like at a local Walmart you go to?
Yeah.
Bro.
The first one.
The next day, you just going shopping. Hey guys. Like you just were here the next day.
Both of those were not in the state though, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
So I went out of state for college. So the first time I was going to a Walmart and I was like, whatever. I had already drank a little bit and somebody dared me. I usually am pretty good at keeping my promises. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. So I took my clothes off and just took off. Got caught. I was banned.
What did they do? Did they chase you down?
They get your license and they are like, you're not allowed back here anymore.
What did they do when you were running through? Did people look at you?
I kind of just sat there and I stopped and I was like,
did you like run through or you just stay there and be like, hey guys?
I ran because Walmart's a square. You run straight, turn right.
They are squares.
And then you run. I ran, took the next, and then came back, and they were at the door waiting on me. And I was like, I just stopped, and I was like, what? I had only tennis shoes on. I was like, what? And I was like, y'all gonna touch me? I'm naked. What are you gonna do? So there was
the cops.
No, the Walmart people.
Oh.
I mean, I could have just kept running, but I didn't know what they were gonna do.
Are you like trying to cover yourself, or you're just like
I was just open.
Out?
I was just like, whatever. The next time I did it though, I was ready. Because I knew they were going to try something. But I was at a different Walmart. And whenever you're banned, you're not really banned. They're not going to be like, that's the guy from 3 months ago.
Right.
They're not going to remember that. They never do. Because I walked in that same Walmart a few days later and went and got groceries.
I mean, there's a lot of people that go in there.
Yeah. So I walked in this other Walmart, but this time it was for money. I think it was like $80. Not a lot. But I stripped down and I put Vaseline all over me. That slimy, slick stuff.
Oh, dude, you did not slide on the ground.
I put it all over me so that if somebody grabbed me, they couldn't hold on. Like a greased pig. So I took off around the square, same thing. Took off, and immediately off the bat, it went wrong. Because before I even got in the door, they saw me. And they were like, whoa, and I just took off, and I'm running full. Now, this is when I played soccer.
You took off, like, out?
I took off in.
Oh, God.
And I'm running. And I played soccer at the time. I was fast. And I was in shape, and I was running. I was like, you can't get me. Boom! Big black guy took me out, and I hit the ground. He grabbed on, and I slid out of his hands. And I just start crawling. And I'm just running. And I'm just like, shit. And he's running full speed.
You're gonna end up being like Eric Andre. He's gonna be the gorilla. You're like, no!
I was running full speed, and this big guy was on my ass literally on my ass the whole time. So Walmart has this thing where their doors will close, and they can lock.
Oh yeah, you probably pushed.
I hit it as hard as I could with my body, and they busted open. Yeah. And I just ran straight for the car. But Buddy was in a Jeep, so he didn't have the cover on it.
Go.
I jumped up butt ass naked in the air, and I landed in the Jeep, and I was like, "Go!" And we took off. To this day, I don't remember where my clothes went. I drove all the way back to college butt naked, and it was like a 45-minute drive.
Holy crap,
in winter.
In winter.
Yeah. So we took off. It was middle of winter. It sucked. I made my $80 and I spent it the same day.
What are your opinions on pirated anime or like illegal anime? Like, what is your preference on it?
Okay.
I know you probably wouldn't condone about, like, hey,
I wouldn't condone because that's stealing.
Yeah, it's true. Hard work people put in.
But also, it's kind of like Robin Hood in a little bit. They have their prices way too high. For anywhere you go, the prices are way too high. So, like, let's say you're going to buy the set of a TV series, and it may be like 16 episodes. You may pay like $80.
I think the problem with a lot of it is, you don't want everything to be like a monopoly, where there's one company owns everything. But because it's so much easier if there's just one platform where you can watch it on.
Yeah.
But now, dude, literally, like, there's so many platforms, not even just for anime, but like for other shows in general. It's just like going on and on for more. And before you know it, you'd be spending more than you would if you had like DirecTV back in the day.
Yeah. That reminds me though, and it's kind of, it's animated. It's not anime. But there's a show that I've been seeing lately on TikTok, and it's kind of caught my attention. And it's called Invincible. And it's literally about a guy who has, like, I guess the same powers as Superman almost, but he's not, like, immortal, I guess. But he's strong. And there's all these other heroes that are basically like Batman. They're basically the Flash. They're basically this. They look the exact same, but their costume's a little different, so they're not exactly the same. And he's, like, murdering all of them. Like, they're all at once
on
fighting.
Netflix?
I think it's on Hulu. Not Hulu. HBO Plus. HBO whatever.
Oh, HBO
Prime.
Max. Prime has got all these names.
So I think it's on there. And one scene I saw, it was literally the Flash, and he turned around and grabbed the Flash by the head like this, and the Flash is just like hitting him in the chest as hard as he can, and his shirt's ripping apart, and you see bruises.
This must be like rated R or something.
Yeah, and he just starts squeezing, and you see the Flash's head start crushing. You see his eye fall out. And, like, you just see blood pouring. You see both his eyes, and he just crushes his head.
Dang.
Then you see Batman.
Flash not so fast anymore.
No. You see Batman falling from the sky, and he's, like, throwing batarangs. He reaches up, grabs his ankle, and slams him on the ground and just busts open.
Dang, dude. More realistic, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, that kind of reminds me of Justice League. Did you watch the new one?
No.
The freaking 4-hour one?
No. I don't know. Where do I watch it at?
HBO Max.
I don't have it.
How'd you watch that one? So, yeah. He doesn't condone it, guys.
Don't condone it. Don't do it. Don't do it unless you're cool.
I mean, unless you're cool. No, that's the thing. Bring it back to the anime platforms. Not saying any names, but I've tried them all. Okay, and ones that I just they need to fix it. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why I like watching anime the best on Netflix, like if it for legal purposes, because it's so smooth. You can just binge watch it. It's so easy to watch an anime.
No in-betweens, no ad, none of that.
You can, the download options, great.
Yes.
And dude, I'll be using this one anime app, and I'm like, all right, hey, I want to pay for it. If there's a show I want to watch, I want to help the people that worked on it, and whatever I can. And I try to, like, if I'm in an area with like horrible internet, I would like to download it. So I go and I download it, and when I get over here or anywhere that has no good internet, I can't watch it. And I'm like, why? And you have to get on the internet to watch it, even though it's downloaded. And I'm like, that
makes no sense.
And then when I try to watch it, it won't play.
Hulu used to do that same crap back in the day.
Dude, then it wouldn't have any subtitles, and I'm like, bro, I don't know Japanese.
It was I can remember back in the day, I downloaded a movie. I can't remember if it was on Hulu or Netflix one. I downloaded a movie, but I accidentally had the language wrong, and that's it.
I hate that, dude.
That was it. And the thing is you had to specify each individual thing, like language, subtitles.
Yeah. Netflix, when you download, it's all there, bro.
Yep, all there.
Sony, they bought Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Wow.
They brought Funimation first, and now they bought Crunchyroll for I think like $1 billion. And but now the government's getting involved because they are thinking Sony's become like monopoly. They're going to own all of this.
But that's how the government's like. They're like, hey, calm down. We don't want you better than us.
Yeah, but I'm like, bro, you can watch anime on High Dive. You can watch anime on Hulu, HBO Max, but I guess that's Crunchyroll. What else? Netflix, of course.
Yeah, Netflix.
So there's other places, but yeah. So that's why I hate. I do not condone watching, pirated anime. But the thing is, but it's there. But it's just like, if a pirated app or a website is better than the legal official one, that should tell you something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting paid for this, and yet the illegal ones is actually better. I'm like, you got to fix something there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, don't condone it. You do what you want to do. Yeah, but dude, bring back to Justice League, okay? Have you watched the first one?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think about the first one?
It was good, but it could have been a lot better.
Oh yeah, of course.
It could have been a lot better, but it was good.
Would you watch a 4-hour movie?
Yes.
Okay.
I think. Actually, I think we watched a 4-hour movie one time in high schools.
Dude, I can't remember. We watched a lot of stuff.
I watched that with the class, and it took weeks to finish it. And then I can also remember Lord of the Rings is.
Oh yeah, that's a 3 hour. I think it's almost 4 hours with the extended one.
Yeah.
On the third movie.
And they were all filmed at the same time. So
That's what's crazy, bro.
And I watched all of them at once.
Yeah.
So that's pretty long. Is that whole? I don't know how long it is altogether.
Bro, that'd be like what 9 hours?
I think I've watched every single one of them altogether.
And
When I
then
had
they
my
got
wisdom teeth pulled, I watched from the beginning to end in one day.
Did you watch the Hobbit series
Yeah.
too?
All of
I
it.
guess that was be afterwards.
I think that was right whenever the first one releases when I got my wisdom teeth taken out.
they had a. What's up, man?
What happened?
I had 3 thoughts in my head. I couldn't pick one. I was like it was like the taskbar. I'm like, which one?
Which one? Nah, none of them.
Yeah,
I'll just
dude.
be silent.
I just look like a freaking retard. Yeah. When you got your wisdom teeth taken out, were you like drugged up?
I can remember I went in and I knew I was going to get knocked out. So I played a game with myself. How long can I stay awake?
What? Why would you want to play that game?
Just to see. I got scared. Because don't play that game because they start surgery when you're awake.
Try to sleep,
I
bro.
remember
Try to
sitting
sleep.
there, and I was sitting in the chair like this. And I was like,
I drank 6 Red Bulls. I'm not going to sleep, bro.
sat there and I was so hyped up. I'm like, I'm ready. And I hate needles, but I got over my fear. They put it in. I was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Look at it, and I started looking around. And he's like, all right, start counting backwards. I was like, nah. I was like, he's like, say your ABCs backwards. And I was like,
I can't even do that.
I don't even know the last letter of the alphabet. Z, there it is. See, it took me that long.
A B C D E F G.
But anyway,
Dude, they real quick, they changed up the ABC song in school now.
huh?
Instead of saying LMNOP, they're like LMN. I'm like, illegal. Change that. It's not. It's LMNOP.
LMNOP.
Yeah.
It's all one letter. It's LMNO.
It's all one letter, and they changed it. I'm like,
LMNOP.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I can remember everything started to get fuzzy, and I was like, nah, it doesn't got me. I like sat there and I was just looking, and the guy's like, lay back. And I was like, nah. He's like, all right. He tilts my head back, and he opens my mouth and puts it's like a crank. Puts it in my mouth and cranks it, and my mouth is stuck open. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, they preparing for me to be knocked out. I was like, I'm not going to sleep. And I can remember my eyes crossing, and I was like, I'm not going under. I'm not doing it. And then I saw the knife, and he stuck it in my mouth. I was like, oh, shit. I went it straight out.
I didn't expect that.
Legit, I was sitting there, and I was
Almost-
like, nah,
almost
I'm
broke
not
my
going
chair,
out.
bro.
I was like, not going out. And he's like, all right. And he pulls that knife out, and I was like,
Yeah, you're out.
oh, shit.
Yeah.
And I went straight out. And then legit, I woke up, and they were getting me out of the chair, and I'm like, what's going on? I was getting out of the chair, and I was like, oh. And I didn't know where I was. And these random people were grabbing me, and I'm like, stop.
Sexual harassment.
I legit looked at the woman, and she's like, here, let me help you. I was like, don't touch me. And I started holding my hands up. I started doing this and like moving my arms away from. I was like, whoa, I jerked, and I fell back in the chair. She helped me up, and they put me in a wheelchair. And I'm like, I'm not a cripple. I remember thinking, did they break my legs? And I was like, oh. And I started looking, and I was like trying to move my toes, and I couldn't.
Oh shoot.
I was like, oh, what the heck? But
when your whole body's numb.
I was just like, well, I was so out of it, I didn't know what was going on. And then I saw somebody else in a wheelchair coming down the hall this way. It was a girl. And she had this ice pack around her face with 2 ice packs here, and it was tied like a bow up there. Yeah. And I was like, she looks stupid. Oh, shit. And I was like, sitting there touching it. I was like, what the heck? And then I was like, I got to take this off. And I put my hand here, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh, what's that? And he's like, oh, the medicine's probably wore off. I'm like, huh? I look up, and I was like,
are you high this whole time, or is it like fading out?
I'm fading in and out. And then I kept falling over, and I closed my eyes, and I wake up, and I'm outside, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was just inside. And then the car's in front of me, and they're putting me in the car in the passenger seat. And I was like, this is some good service. They're picking me up, putting me in the car. And I can remember I passed out again, and we were on the highway. And I think it was my mom, and she was like just driving silent. And I remember I woke up, and all I could hear was the road and hear the wind. And I was like looking around. And I was like, I was like, gosh, my mouth hurts. And then all of a sudden I felt this weight in my stomach. I threw up. And thank God there was a trash can in front of me. I threw up. So whenever you get your wisdom teeth taken out, they're supposed to put this valve in the back of your throat. So whenever you bleed, it sucks it up. They didn't put that in. So I bled, and it went in my stomach. So I had blood. I threw up. Okay, the trash can's probably about that wide and this tall. I filled that much of it with blood.
Jeez.
This much of it at the bottom. And
for the audio listeners, like 4 inches again?
About 4 inches. Exactly 4 inches. I know that is. But I filled that up. And I can remember just in and out. Got home. I remember them walking. I want to
go there one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have in and out? No, they don't.
Closest one to us is Texas.
Damn it. Yeah. But I remember being in bed, and I remember laying there, and I remember my stepdad looking at me, and he was like, "You want to watch hunting videos?" Huh? I can't comprehend nothing because I'm out of it. And I remember they put.
But you can remember all this.
I can remember. He's like, all right. So he put on these funny hunting videos, and I watched like 3 seasons of it.
Jeez.
And honestly, I don't remember what it was. It was back in like 1980s.
They were like specifically funny, or you were just high
specifically funny?
Oh, okay.
Like they were trying to be funny. I remember I watched all the Lord of the Rings. I remember.
Dude, that'd be funny if you watch like this like a horror movie or a very serious film and you're just dying laughing.
I know I was in and out of every movie, but it was like the next day. Right, it was right when it was before the sun was coming up. I woke up and I was like, "What day is it?" And I finally was 100% there, and I was like, "Why does my mouth hurt?" And I looked and I touched and I did this, and it hurt so bad, and I was starving. So I got up, walked to the kitchen, like any teenager would do at that time. Grab them snack, grab them something to eat. So I looked in the fridge and I found something. I took a bite, bled everywhere, ripped my stitches open.
Oh gosh!
So had to
nobody
go back.
told you not to eat or something.
I just was fucking hungry. I was so hungry. So I ate, ripped my stitches open. This is the bad part. Is I didn't go back to get them put back in. My family put them back in.
They really, they were just like, we're not paying for this.
We're not paying for that shit, you stupid idiot. Why'd you go eat? I didn't. I was like,
we're gonna use some yarn and some tape.
They took those stitches that broke and restitched it and put it back through because they're dissolvable stitches.
That should be like, if it like fell out or something, it should be like infected or something, right? I don't know.
It hurt though. It hurt the whole time.
Bro, that is like, usually when I hear wisdom teeth stories, it's like, you know, being funny, like, ha ha. Or say
I didn't get
stuff.
funny. I've heard that's a myth. The person who took my teeth out, he said it's a myth. He said, people do not get loopy when you do that. He said, if they are loopy, they're trying to be.
I have noticed that. I've seen some videos where I'm like, it doesn't really look like.
That's
but
just,
it's that kind of thing where when you drink alcohol, it's like when you eventually start fading, it's just like, you know what, at least when we drank that, I knew what was happening, but it's like, I just didn't care, you know?
My decision factor gets messed up when I get drunk, but I'm not like, hey, let me screw your girlfriend. No.
Yeah, I don't understand that part.
My decision, like, right and wrong is not the best. Like, if somebody tells me, hey, do this, I'm like, all right. Well, why not?
Well, that was great.
Yeah. So it's a good experience. If you have your wisdom teeth, get them the fuck out of your face because we don't use them no more because we're evolving.
So any tips on people if they start throwing up blood?
Hit the trash can or hit the road.
Just die.
Just die. Don't do it in front of your girlfriend because she'd probably laugh at you or disgusted and she probably won't kiss you again.
All right, so that'll be the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for watching and listening. We'll see you next guy, and women. Logo, you want to hit us out with the outro, bro?
Yeah.
What's our outro? I don't know. Just make it up.
Okay. Thank you for listening. See you next time on the wonderful adventures of In Progress. Always progressing, keep progressing, never stop progressing. Good night. That's exact. And when you're dating a Mexican, it's legit like the movies. It's like eating tacos every night. It's literally
It's like,
the color red everywhere.